All right, so today we're gonna have a powerful episode on basically how do you quiet the mind? How do you quiet everything that's going on with all the stuff that's going on with the rioting, with the markets and the finances, with all the wars that's happening right now? How is it that you get a place to quiet your mind? Well, I'll tell you, you're gonna have to dive deeper into meditation and mindfulness. That is the only way that you're gonna be able to combat what's happening right now. That is the only way that you're going to be able to stop the suffering and all the things that's happening is that you allow yourself the ability to hit the pause button, that you allow your mind to just be at ease just by resting your thoughts, resting your mind. And let's just be honest, how much suffering is caused by the thoughts that you're thinking? Not what's actually happening, but what you think about what's happening, not the things that's actually affecting you in your life, but what you think about things that might affect you. May I encourage you and challenge you today to be very thoughtful about what you entertain, what thoughts you allow to take space in your mind. The only way to quiet your mind is to get peaceful thoughts inside of your mind. And the only way to do that is to kind of get an idea of what you're allowing in your mind and what you're allowing yourself to meditate or think about. So meditation is a word that gets thrown around a lot, but meditate means to really think about, to ponder upon, to think about, to give something time and energy. And let's just be honest, if you want to quiet your mind, you're going to have to give yourself peaceful thoughts. You're going to have to feed your mind the thoughts and the energies and the processes that are peaceful. And that's the only way you're going to get past that. It's not the things that are going on outside. It's not the wars. It's not the riots. It's how we think about it. It's what we receive and how we process that information. So I want to introduce something to you today, which is basically meditation and mindfulness, which is let's be thoughtful about what it is that we entertain. There's a lot of things that are getting thrown out at us right now, and it's time for you to reclaim your peace, reclaim your time, reclaim your thoughts, your inner peace. And meditation is just thinking about your thoughts. Watching what you're thinking about is just a tool that you use to ground yourself. It's nothing mystical, there's nothing mysterious, but if you want to quiet your mind, you have to start meditating, thinking about what you're watching, what you're thinking about, and allowing yourself to be grounded. And that's the difference. When you start meditating, you stop reacting and you start responding. It's uncomfortable at first, but it's necessary as you start to breathe and use it as your anchor. When your thoughts spiral, you can just give yourself 60 seconds and practice a breathing exercise. And you can say, peace doesn't come when the world quiets down. Peace comes when you quiet the mind down. And right now, the world is really loud. And you're going to need to quiet your mind with peaceful thoughts and learning to absorb and observe what you're thinking about. Watch the thoughts that are coming in and watch the thoughts that you're allowing to process in your mind, because what you think about, you bring about. That's how strong and powerful we are as human beings. Can you imagine that? Whatever it is that you think about, that tends to show up in your life. And so we're only a magnet to what it is that we're thinking about. So listen, if you want to get clarity, if you want to get rid of the clutter in your mind, you're going to have to quiet your mind. What your mind sounds like when you're not present is anxiety. What your mind sounds like when you're not paying attention is worry. What your mind sounds like is all the crazy stuff that's going on because you're not watching what you're thinking about. Watch what you think about. Watch what you allow yourself to think of. And say to yourself, wow, that's interesting that I thought that. Is this thought serving me? Is this thought uplifting or is this thought discouraging? Start analyzing your thoughts. In order to quiet your mind, you got to see what you're allowing in your mind. So you're quieting your thoughts by saying, wait a minute, is this an empowering or an encouraging thought? Or is this something that's depleting of my energy and is really bringing me down? Should I be thinking about this? And the only way to you to do that, the only way that you become a guard over your thoughts is if you become aware of what it is that you're thinking about. Now, here's the thing. How do you become aware if you're unconscious? What does unconscious mean? Unconscious means things that are just happening because I'm not watching. I'm not protecting my thoughts. I'm not watching what's going through the gate of my mind. I'm just letting anything, anyone, everything through. There's no filter on my mind. It's interesting. We'll put a filter on our face, but we won't put a filter on our thoughts. I'll say that again. We'll put a picture on Instagram. We'll put a filter on a picture on Instagram, but we won't put a filter on our thoughts. Imagine that we want to look good, but we don't want to think good. We want to look good, but we don't want to think good. We'll put the filter on Facebook, but not the filter on what we're saying out of our mouths. We're quick to cover up with the filter, but not watch what it is that we speak into existence, right? So if we want to quiet our mind, what is it that we're allowing to think about? What are we allowing ourselves to think about? As you start, listen, not every thought that you think about deserves a response. Not every feeling that you feel is a fact. Right? Sometimes things come up. Sometimes thoughts come up because, listen, you haven't really fully processed things. There's a lot going on. So you have anxiety. So you haven't really sat down and thought it through. Right? So when your mind is not quiet, sometimes you think everything you think deserves a response. And you were like, well, wait a minute. Well, I feel anxiety, but that's based on what's going on outside because the mind isn't quiet, right? So here it is. There's a point where you have to say, wait a minute. Are my thoughts controlling the way I feel? And the way I feel is not really reflective of the life I want to live. Then I need to get control of what I'm thinking, right? My lifestyle can shift, and a lifestyle can shift based on mindfulness, based on you becoming aware of mindfulness. What is mindfulness? I'm certified in mindfulness. Make sure you subscribe, by the way. I'm certified in mindfulness. I'm certified in yoga and yin yoga as well. What does all that mean? Why do you care about this? This must become a habit. This is not something that you try on or tap into. This has to become a lifestyle for you. This has to be something that you really focus on, and because it shifts, the shifts that come with being mindful, the ability to be able to master your emotions and master mental stillness, it creates a better life for you. It allows you to make better choices, better discipline. And here's the reality: who doesn't want an inner calm that comes with a peaceful mind? It changes how you treat people when you're calm. And forget managing stress, you get rid of stress. Listen, 5 minutes a day to watch what you're thinking, how your mind shifts, your energy shifts. Give yourself 5 minutes throughout the day to just watch what it is you're thinking about, observing your thoughts, saying to yourself, is this something that's serving me or not serving me? Is this adding value or is this making me not feel great? You are not your thoughts, but you are the one that's watching your thoughts. So watch what it is that you're thinking about. The voice inside of your head only has power when you believe it. It only has power when you believe it. And guess what? The stillness that you allow yourself to have, that's your superpower. And I encourage you and inspire you right now. Allow yourself some quiet time. Watch what you're thinking about. Pour into your mind the most encouraging, inspiring, and motivational thinking and thoughts, and speak those things. Only allow the things that you want to happen inside your mind. Only think about those things. Only meditate on those things. And then guess what you think about? You think about all those great you say all the things that you think about. All the great things, and that's called manifestation. So if I think the great things and I say the great things, and guess what? Those things are likely to happen, but they're probably not going to happen if you're not thinking the right thoughts. How can you say the right things if you're not thinking the right things? So let's put those two and two together. We can quiet the mind by watching what we're thinking. We can watch what we're saying by watching what we're thinking, and ultimately creating a much bigger and greater life. So make sure you like, subscribe, Fearless Conversations, Apple, Spotify, YouTube, wherever. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye.